Jamie was an aspiring chef, and she was up for a promotion. Her boss decided that the interview would be conducted over the phone, and at first everything seemed just fine. But then suddenly, Jamie's estranged husband broke into her home and began his attack. Jacob Spray raped and strangled Jamie, killed her right there with her boss still on the other end of the line. Not surprisingly, that boss was a key witness in his rape and murder trial, testifying it was a scream I will never forget. And maybe also not surprisingly, it took the Spokane jury just 4 hours of deliberations to decide he was guilty in the state of Washington. I want to bring in Troy and Heather Wilson, Jamie's dad and stepmom. Thank you both for joining me, and I am just so sorry for this immeasurable loss. It's so astounding when I hear that he got a guilty verdict, Jacob Spray guilty, in just 4 hours. And yet, with first-degree murder and first-degree rape, he's only facing 20 to 26 years? Is that the minimum, or is that the range?
That's the range. So I know that he's supposed to get a lifetime sentence, and in Washington State, they see 20 years as a lifetime. I know that's not a lifetime. It is what it is.
And so, yeah, I mean, when I do the math on it, because, you know, when you get a minimum, it means you get a parole opportunity. And if he even serves out, you know, the sentence, he'll get out at 56 years old, plenty of time to lead a productive life.
Yeah, he'll be our age when he gets out. So I left some messages for the prosecutor's office because we have some questions about that. We don't obviously have any experience with it. So yeah, but that is a question that we have.
I mean, you don't often get somebody who can play ear witness to a crime like her boss did. And that is sort of like hook, line, and sinker, you know, slam dunk. Not only that, as I looked into the case, it appears that he called his father and confessed that he committed this crime.
Exactly.
Is that true?
He did call his dad, and his dad was there during the trial and testified against him.
It was heartbreaking. It was just awful.
To see
so with
that
all of this,
his father
at this standstill.
Yeah, to see his father up there on the stand testifying against his own son, it was heartbreaking. But it was the right thing to do. So
what was that like?
Jamie
for
was
you?
such a spark. She was just a beautiful young lady. She was kind and goofy and ambitious and helpful and talented. And the main thing, she was fearless, and she had so much in front of her. The last conversation I had with my daughter, she told me that, Dad, the world is my oyster. And she was looking forward to moving to California and experiencing life. And all of that was taken away by Jacob. So.
You were talking about life sentences, and it seems like the fair thing would have been for him to get what he took away from her, which would have been, you know, 70, 75 years. She was only 25 years old. That seems fair, but, you know, that's not the way it is. So.
No, but I'll tell you what, had this happened in the state next door, he could be facing the death penalty like Brian Kohberger is. I mean, it's just a matter of
That's true.
miles, honestly. The justice is miles apart, and the geography, you know, really isn't. I want to ask you about this moment in court where you all wanted to wear T-shirts in court that said "Justice for Jamie." How did that land with the judge?
So Jamie's sister had these made.
What did the judge say about that? I think we might have lost
found out on social media about them.
You know what? I might have been the only one who couldn't hear you, but I'm going to get you to repeat because your audio just cut out as you began your answer. Can you tell me about what the judge said?
The defense objected, and so we weren't able to wear those in the courtroom. So that doesn't mean we can't wear them at the sentencing because there's no jury in there at that time, and I think that's what the family's going to do.
Thanks for watching.
Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.